My friend Simon recently asked Tom Sosnoff, what is the one and only trade you would do if you only had one trade? And he said that he would sell a put on the ES 45 days out at a 12 delta and take off at 50% profits. I'm going to go into this strategy today and how awesome it is. So when Tom Sosnoff, who's known as the king of options, the founder of Tastytrade, the creator of ThinkorSwim, when he says that this is the one trade he would do, you want to pay attention because he is one of the best at options and he's giving you his best trade. So when you've got the best giving you your best, you want to pay attention. And so let's dive into that right now. So the first thing I want you to realize is that when I looked at this, I realized that just with one contract, one a week, is $28,500 in profit. And over the last year, it's been a 96% win rate. So yeah, we want to pay attention to that. And I can see why he said that's the one trade he would do. I'm going to start doing it. All right, so here's just another little results thing. Here's what 96% win rate, what it would look like with one trade a week. You can see the chart here. Very simple, 25,000. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to dive in and I'm going to show you what the trade is. I'm going to show you why it works. I'm going to show you all about the risks and I'm going to show you the results. And I'm going to show you exactly how to place it. So stay tuned. We're going to dive in detail and you're going to know what you're doing by the time this is over. So first of all, we want to talk about the trade, how to execute it and what that means. So first, step one, and I'm going to show you this live. First, we're going to go through the actual presentation, but then I'm going to show you live. So first, step one is you trade the symbol /ES in your broker. Step two, you select expiration 45 days out. Step three, you're going to select the 12 delta. And then step four, you're going to sell that put at the strike price at the 12 delta. And then number five, we're going to put a 50% profit on it and we're going to manage the trade. Okay, so that's 5 simple steps. That's how we do this. All right, so let's go into what is ES. ES is the ticker symbol for the E-mini S&P Futures contract. I use ThinkorSwim. I'll have a description and a link in the broker or in the description if you want to get access to this. Robinhood doesn't do these, okay? But this is an options futures contract. It's an options futures contract. And now that we know what the trade is, we want to manage the risk. So let's take a look at this chart real quick. This is the ES chart. And this is the 6,400. This is the line we're going to be trading today. This is the strike price. The current price is trading around here at 6,939. Now, what this means is that if price stays above here in 45 days, we keep all the money. We keep the moolah. We keep the dollar signs, okay? So it's a really high probability that it's going to stay above here. We're going to go into how much credit, all of that, but you need to understand the trade. The price has to stay above here in 45. If it goes below, you lose, okay? And you can lose a significant amount of money. Managing risk is crucial and it's everything in these types of strategies. All right. Another thing I wanted to mention here is that attitude is everything, right? Look, I have talked to people almost every day that are traders. And one of the things that I can say is I can help to teach you to trade. I can help you learn. I can show you strategies that work, but I can't change your attitude. Some of the times, the biggest thing that is causing you to fail is because of how you look at the markets, how you look at the world, what you believe about things. Look at your results, look at your life, and look how successful you are. And if things aren't working, maybe you need to change your attitude. I can't change your life. You have to do that. I can't change your attitude. I can teach you to trade, but I can't change your attitude. This was the number one comment, had 18 likes. So congratulations, the negatories win. Maybe next video, this video, we can get some positive comments and see if that will win. But anyways, this works. I'm changing lives. And here's an example. of a positive comment, right? This was a viewer. He reached out to me and he said, "You've been a great help and your videos are amazing." This is the example of great attitude. I like to mention attitude because it's so important when trading. It's not all about the numbers. It's not all about the lines on the chart. We got to believe. We got to be positive. We got to take actions. All right, back to this risk training. Now, risk is everything. So let's talk about risk. First of all, we want to focus on taking profit at 50%. Now, that means that in this example, we're going to get a $1,300, $1,400 credit. That means when the credit gets to about $700, we're taking profit. Now, why is that so important? There's two really important reasons why this is so important. Reason number one is because it increases your turnover. Because if you take 100% profit, you have to wait 45 days. And 45 days to reinvest your money is a long time. It's still extremely profitable. And if you get $1,300 every 45 days, that is a really great annual ROI. But by doing a 50% profit, we reinvest that money quicker, and instead of taking 45 days, we're taking 21 days, or sometimes if the market spikes, it's only 3 days. I took a trade yesterday and the market spiked. I only held the trade for 1 day. It was amazing, right? And so then what does that do? It increases my snowball, right? So that's really big. This is really important, okay? The second reason why this is super, super important is because the win rate on this strategy is extremely high. It's a high win rate strategy, but if we take profit early, we boost that. We give it a significant boost. We boost our win rate. So we're rolling the money faster and we're increasing our win rate. Really powerful, right? And so then the second part about risk is that we're closing the trade at 21 days, regardless of profit or loss. And so that means that this is really helping and protecting our account. If we have a huge drawdown or if the trade goes south, we're not going to hold it and take a full loss. We're closing it at 21 days. And again, what this does is, number one, it protects from big losses. Okay. Number two, it protects from assignment. We're not going to get assigned. Okay. And then number three, again, it keeps that snowball going so that we can reinvest. If we're down a little bit, boom, we'll just close it and we'll get another credit right away. We could recoup our losses instantly, right? So if we're trading credits that we receive 1,500, and remember, when the market is down, the VIX is up a lot of times. And so that means our credit will be higher. So we can a lot of times recoup our losses almost instantly with another trade. So again, that's really powerful, right? And so very important to follow this and to keep in mind and to manage your risk. And then the third thing, this is actually, I should have put a giant warning sign, warning of all of the things that you want to pay attention to. Actually, you want to pay attention to all of these. They're super important. But this is destruction territory. I see people doing this strategy and they can only afford one trade, so they put it all in. They go all in. You have to keep your trade really small, and small is relative, right? It's in order of your trade account, but I would not be using up a lot of my capital. As a matter of fact, I recommend to keep your capital at about 20%, 25% available. So only use 25% of your cash flow. And then when the VIX goes up, then you use up to 50%. But for the most part, you want to have a lot of capital available. Do not use all of your account. It helps you grow much faster. So just something to keep in mind. All right, now here we go. This is another little stat here about size. Remember I said keep your size small? A bonus tip here, and that is that you can trade the E-mini Micro. So there's the E-mini, which costs about $12,000. So you need a pretty decent size account, okay? Or you can go with the micro E-mini, which is $1,200. Much more affordable. So what we're going to do is we'll probably start with these. And, you know, Tom's trading these. He's trading the big boys. We can't all trade the big boys, right? We've got to start trading the little boys before we get to the big boys. But either way, it's a great ROI. Look, 12% in a 45-day period. This is just a 45-day period, 14% or 12% in 45 days. Now, what the power of that is? Wow, that's really powerful because you can do that 45 days and you can do it again and again and again. So this is not 12% annually. It's like 100 and some percent annually. So if you run this, you could see in really good ROI if you manage your risk. If you don't, you could end up at negative 100% because you make a mistake. So do this safe and do it small. All right, here's a little, I said I was going to talk about results. So here's an example. Look, this is if you're taking maybe a trade a day. If you have an account size where you can afford to put $1,200, if you have $25,000 account, you could take the micros and you could trade one a day. And then you just keep rolling it over and over and over again. Try to use about 25% of your account and you just keep adding a trade, right? And the same with this account, just to keep a little bit here at a time and keep on growing. The results grow slow, but they grow sure. All right, so let's take a trade. Let's dive in and let me show you exactly what it looks like. So this is the ES/ES. Now, what we're going to do is we will look at the expiration, step one, like I had mentioned. Well, step one is the ES. Step two, we look at the expiration. So in this case, 45 days, we're at 44. So I'm going to go to 51, right here, 51, December 19th. So we're going to click that and it's going to open up the option chain. Over here, you can see the column that says delta. So we're going to go, remember, we're looking for a 12 delta, a 12 on the, okay, so there we have it, 12, that's 6,400. Remember back to that chart that I showed you early, 6,400. So now we're gonna sell this 12 delta. So we click sell, okay, and there we go. We're gonna click confirm, and you're gonna see right here that a couple things you're gonna notice. Number one, the buying power, right, 12,000. The credit is $1,735. So you will go ahead and place the order, right? You place the order and then that's exactly how it works. Very simple strategy on how to do this. Okay, so now what we want to do is I'm going to show you a different one. I'm going to show you the /MES just so you can see /MES right here, /MES. And then again, we're going to go right here to December 19th and we'll pull it up. We want to go to the 12 delta and there's just a little difference here. Here's the 1264. So let's click sell and you're going to notice here when I click on the order, it's only 1,200 instead of 12,000. So this is a micro E-mini versus the E-mini. And so you have two options to keep your account in a good standing. All right, now one last little tip is once you send the order, make sure you put your take profit at, what are you going to put your take profit at? At 50%. So you're going to create a closing order and you're going to put your take profit at 50%. Now, one other thing I want to show you here is you're going to notice that the probability here is this is the probability of winning. And you're going to notice that I said it was 96%. Well, the key difference with that is that that's if you let it expire completely worthless and you wait the full 45 days. If you take profit early, it bumps it from 88% all the way up to 96%. So it's really, really great way to go. So that's the strategy. And I just want to leave you with one last thing, and that is I have an options playbook that you can click in the description or in the links. Check it out. It's free. It teaches you how to generate weekly income. And one other thing is, if you look at the video over here, boop, 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 boop. If you look at the video here, I show you in another strategy where I win 27 trades in a row, totally documented, totally verified. I cannot believe it. it seems too good to be true, but I heard that in the comments. But remember, change your attitude. It's not. It's not too good to be true. I'm teaching real things that I'm actually doing. I'd love for you to check that video out. And hey, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, let me know. I answer every single one as long as I can. The videos are starting to get pretty explosive, meaning I'm getting a lot of views. But hey, leave a comment. I'll help you if I can. And we're building a nice little community here. Thanks for watching.